Hi, good morning. I'm Melissa with Plants Charming, and I'm sitting here in my Royal Velvet lavender field. And here they are. You'll probably see some of the sweet honeybees flying past the camera here, and hopefully you can hear them because this is a very lulling, wonderful sound. So as you can see, it's pretty early. The sun's almost right directly hitting my face, and I just took a shower. It's about 8:19. So today I was going to just show you how to harvest lavender, if you don't already know, and a lot of people out there in TV land have lavender plants. So when I feel them, they're pretty dry, and we're kind of close to the coast. So one issue for us is sometimes these mornings are really foggy, and we don't want to harvest when the plants are wet. We want them to be pretty dry. So today is going to be a pretty good day to get started before it gets really hot. It's already blazing hot out here, and usually the bees don't get active till later. But since we are in blazing heat, they're just out like crazy. And you know, the other day Chris got stung. He stepped on a bee, which is always really sad for us. But I don't really worry about the bees when I'm harvesting lavender. I just go for it. They are my friends, and my energy towards them is really friendly, and they tend to be really friendly towards me. So we'll see what happens. So I just want to show you one other thing. These lavender are really ready to harvest. We tend to leave some for the bees so that they, the blossoms are here, but you can see how the flowers are out. A lot of people harvest their lavender before the flowers are even there because they don't want seeds to be forming. But we're a bee-friendly farm, a certified bee-friendly farm, and so we actually like to leave the lavender for a little bit longer. We're not making essential oil with it. We're using it for culinary purposes, and Royal Velvet is a really amazing culinary lavender. It has a peachy, pineapple-y kind of smell, scent. So I'm going to show you what to do. Okay, so I'm going to point the camera just a little bit down towards the base. Hopefully you can see that. What I have here is kind of a sickle. This is not the greatest sickle. This is a little bit old, but this is the tool of choice here. So what you do is you grab the lavender kind of close to the base, and you just take your sickle and you start cutting. Now I take them and I lay them right next to the plant because I'm going to come back and put rubber bands around them, and I'll show you that in a moment. That's all you do. You don't want to get too close, but you want to get closer than you would think to the base. And we're kind of looking for that classic rounded lavender shape, but if you looked at the rest of our field, you would see that it's not perfect. From a distance, it definitely looks perfect. From close up, it looks a little craggly. I don't know if you can still see me. It's pretty bright out here. I can't really see the screen. Then you just do the best you can. It's not important to get every last, especially if you're working time-wise, you don't need to get every little. You can always come back later and shape these things a little bit better. So not the prettiest job. You want to get pretty close down here, and then you can see you're left with a little pile of lavender. Now the process here with the lavender is you have your bag of rubber bands. Ideally we would get smaller rubber bands, and a lot of people probably think, well, you're using rubber band plastic, creating garbage. We'll hopefully be able to reuse these later. And you just take a bundle and just wrap the end. We did used to do these with twine, and it was incredibly time consuming. So you have a bundle here. This goes in my basket, and at the end of a few plants, my basket's going to be pretty full. So, so anyway, I'll be harvesting this weekend. I'm going to show you, I'll give you a little tour of the field here. You can see some of those rows down towards the road are already harvested. And maybe you can see that we've left a few plants there. And I'll tell you why. When we bought the Royal Velvet, accidentally they also gave us some Grosso. So we just went ahead and interplanted. What we'll end up doing is pulling those out and replacing them with Royal Velvet. But for now, it's kind of nice. It leaves something for the bees. And it's a way more medicinal scent, the Grosso. And they're going to get huge. Royal Velvet's kind of a smaller variety. So we have spaced these rows for Royal Velvet. So the Grosso is not really going to work here in about a year or two. So anyway, that's the whole process. And living with bees is probably one of the most wonderful things you can do. The pollinators, these are the heroes of food. See you next time.